with the brilliant Meryl Streep, who was up for an Oscar for August Osage County, and you really can do anything. I mean, if you look at your roles across all the films that you've done.
In the rarefied atmosphere of Hollywood's acting elite, few opinions carry the weight of Meryl Streep's. With 3 Academy Awards, 8 Golden Globes, and a career spanning over 4 decades, Streep has earned the right to be called the greatest living actress of our time.
When they called my name, I had this feeling I could hear half of America going, oh no, oh, come on, why? Her.
Her meticulous approach to craft and her ability to disappear completely into any role has made her not just a performer, but a student of the art itself. Throughout countless interviews with Film Comment, Variety, and Empire magazine, Streep has consistently demonstrated an encyclopedic knowledge of her fellow actors. She speaks with the authority of someone who has worked alongside legends and witnessed cinema's evolution firsthand. Her praise is never given lightly, making her endorsements all the more significant. When pressed about the actors she most admires, certain names emerge repeatedly from Streep's conversations. From method masters to fearless pioneers, these 6 performers represent different philosophies about transformation in service of story, yet all share an unwavering commitment to authenticity that resonates deeply with Streep's artistic values.
Ted, I'm leaving you. Ted, keys. Here are my keys. Here's my American Express card. Here's my Bloomingdale's credit card. Here's my checkbook. I've taken $2,000 out of our savings account because...
6. Robert De Niro. When Meryl Streep speaks about Robert De Niro, her voice takes on a reverent quality reserved for true masters of the craft. In a 1982 Film Comment interview, she described De Niro as the actor who showed us all what complete inhabitation of character could look like. Their careers began ascending simultaneously in the 1970s, yet they've never shared the screen, a fact that has puzzled industry insiders for decades. Casting director Marion Doherty once revealed that De Niro and Streep were considered for multiple projects together, but scheduling conflicts and their notoriously intensive preparation methods made collaboration impossible. Both Bobby and Meryl disappear for months before filming, Doherty explained to Variety in 1985. Getting them in the same movie would require a miracle of timing. Streep has consistently praised De Niro's transformative approach, particularly his physical metamorphoses for roles like Jake LaMotta in Raging Bull. She told Empire magazine in 1995, "Robert doesn't just research characters, he becomes them at a cellular level. It's almost frightening to watch. Their mutual respect stems from a shared understanding that great acting requires complete surrender of self." Director Sidney Pollack, who worked with both actors separately, noted their similar preparation rituals. "They both treat every role like it's the most important thing they'll ever do," he observed. While Streep's technique relies more on vocal and emotional precision, she recognizes in De Niro a kindred spirit who understands that authentic performance demands nothing less than total commitment to truth. 5. Katherine Heppern. Meryl Streep has never hidden her veneration for Katherine Heppern, calling her the template for what an uncompromising actress could be in Hollywood. In numerous interviews throughout the 1980s and 90s, Streep cited Hepburn's refusal to conform to studio expectations as revolutionary. Their brief meeting at a 1979 benefit left Streep starstruck, describing Hepburn as possessing a volcanic intensity that filled entire rooms. Costume designer Anne Roth, who worked with both actresses decades apart, noted striking similarities in their preparation methods. Kate and Meryl both understood that costume is character, Roth told Variety in 1991. They'd spend hours discussing how a sleeve should fall or why a particular fabric mattered to the story. This attention to detail reflected their shared belief that authenticity emerges from countless small choices. Streep has consistently praised Hepburn's ability to age gracefully on screen, never hiding behind artifice or vanity. She showed us that an actress could have a career that spanned 60 years without compromising her intelligence, Streep remarked in Film Comment. Producer Kathleen Kennedy observed that both women shared an almost masculine approach to power in an industry that preferred its leading ladies more compliant. Hepburn's influence on Streep extends beyond technique to philosophy. As Streep told Empire magazine in 1994, Kate proved that fearlessness and femininity weren't mutually exclusive. She carved out space for actresses like me to exist. 4. Philip Seymour Hoffman. The death of Philip Seymour Hoffman in February 2014 prompted one of Meryl Streep's most emotionally raw public statements. "Phil was the most honest actor I ever worked with," she said at his memorial service. "He had this dangerous ability to access truth that most of us spend our careers learning to safely avoid."
What did he say?
Who?
The pastor.
I did not speak to the pastor. I spoke to a nun.
You should have spoken to the pastor.
Their collaboration in Doubt revealed two masters operating at the height of their powers, each pushing the other toward unprecedented emotional honesty. Director John Patrick Shanley described watching Streep and Hoffman work together as witnessing two different approaches to the same sacred goal. While Streep's technique relied on meticulous preparation and vocal precision, Hoffman's method was more intuitive, more dangerously immediate. "Phil would find something new in every take," Shanley recalled to Film Comment. "Meryl would watch him with the fascination of a scientist observing a rare phenomenon." Cinematographer Roger Deakins noted that both actors shared an unusual relationship with the camera. "They never performed for it," he explained to Variety. "They existed truthfully in front of it, which is infinitely more difficult." Streep has repeatedly praised Hoffman's ability to find humanity in society's outcasts, calling his performances in Capote and The Master examples of emotional archaeology at its finest. In her tribute speech, Streep's voice broke as she reflected, "Phil reminded us all why we became actors in the first place, to tell human stories with such honesty that they change people." 3. Viola Davis. Meryl Streep's championship of Viola Davis extends far beyond professional courtesy into genuine artistic reverence. When Davis won her Emmy for How to Get Away with Murder in 2015, Streep was among the first to call, telling her, "You've just excavated something beautiful from ground the rest of us were afraid to dig." Their relationship represents a passing of the torch between two actresses who understand that great performance requires mining the deepest emotional truths. Producer Scott Rudin, who worked with both actresses on separate projects, observed their similar preparation intensity. "Viola and Meryl both approach roles like anthropologists," he explained to Variety. "They study not just their characters, but entire cultural contexts. This methodical approach reflects their shared belief that authentic performance must be rooted in genuine understanding of human experience." Streep has consistently praised Davis's ability to break barriers she herself couldn't breach. "Viola is doing work I never had the opportunity to do," Streep told Film Comment in 2017. "She's telling stories about women who were invisible for too long." Their mutual respect was evident at the 2017 Golden Globes, where cameras caught them in deep conversation about craft and responsibility. Casting director Avi Kaufman noted that both actresses share an almost supernatural ability to access pain and transform it into art. As Streep remarked in Empire magazine, "Viola doesn't just act emotions, she channels them from some deeper source that most of us can't reach." 2. Daniel Day-Lewis. Meryl Streep's admiration for Daniel Day-Lewis borders on professional awe, describing his approach to acting as almost supernatural in its completeness. In a 1990 Film Comment interview, she confessed to being simultaneously inspired and intimidated by his legendary preparation methods. Their paths have crossed numerous times at industry events, but never on screen, a fact that Streep attributes to their similarly intensive working styles, making collaboration logistically impossible. Casting director Juliet Taylor revealed that both actors were considered for multiple period dramas throughout the 1980s and 90s. "Daniel and Meryl both require months of preparation," Taylor explained to Variety. "Scheduling them together would mean planning years in advance." This shared obsession with authenticity has created a mutual respect that transcends typical Hollywood relationships. Streep has repeatedly praised Day-Lewis's selective career choices, telling Empire magazine in 1993, "Daniel understands that less can be more when every choice is perfect." Director Martin Scorsese, who worked with Day-Lewis on Gangs of New York, noted similarities in their approach to character research. "Both of them treat historical accuracy like a sacred responsibility," he observed. "The respect is mutual." Day-Lewis once told Film Comment that Streep possesses a technical mastery that allows her to access emotional truth without destroying herself in the process. As Streep reflected in a 2002 interview, Daniel reminds us that great acting isn't just about talent, it's about the courage to disappear completely. 1. Frances McDormand. Among Meryl Streep's chosen 6, Frances McDormand represents something uniquely valuable: the ability to be extraordinary while appearing utterly ordinary. Streep has consistently praised McDormand's no-nonsense brilliance, describing her as the actress who proves that authenticity trumps glamour every single time. Their friendship spans decades, built on mutual respect for each other's commitment to character over celebrity. Producer Ethan Cohen, McDormand's husband and frequent collaborator, recalled watching Streep and McDormand discuss craft at industry gatherings. "They talk about acting the way carpenters talk about wood," he told Variety in 2018. "It's all about the work, never about the business." This shared perspective on their profession has created a bond that transcends typical Hollywood relationships. Cinematographer Roger Deakins noted striking similarities in how both actresses approach collaboration. "Neither Meryl nor Frances ever makes it about them," he explained to Film Comment. "They serve the story first, always." Streep has repeatedly praised McDormand's choice of unconventional projects, telling Empire magazine, "Frances reminds us that interesting characters don't always wear designer gowns." Their mutual admiration was evident when Streep presented McDormand with her second Oscar for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. As Streep remarked in her introduction, Frances McDormand doesn't just disappear into roles. She makes us forget that acting is even happening, which is the highest compliment I can give any performer. These 6 actors reveal Meryl Streep's core values: truth over glamour, authenticity over artifice. Their shared commitment to character continues inspiring cinema's future. Subscribe for more legendary acting insights.